Good afternoon, Not Scholars. My name is John Garrity. I'm a founding partner of Chesapeake Search Partners. We are a professional and executive recruiting firm based in Towson. And over the past 20 years, we have helped many companies in the greater Baltimore metro region identify some of the top talent for their organizations. This includes the functions of accounting and finance, marketing, sales, human resources, legal, a number of different skill sets and industries that we cover to really add to the top level talent that organizations are seeking in this area to drive their companies forward. And through that, that's why I wanted to talk to you a little bit about LinkedIn and how it can be such a valuable tool for you as college students as you're beginning your professional journeys. Now, I know many of you are probably very familiar with LinkedIn, but one of the really important things to note is LinkedIn is different than just putting a resume together. A resume traditionally is a much more static, straightforward piece of paper that has all your experience, your education, and what you've done, whether it's an internship or through your college courses and all the basic facts of who you are. But it really doesn't give any context or insight to you as the person. And that's where I think LinkedIn can be a much more personal representation of who you are. You get to put a profile picture up, you get to show what your interests are, you get to interact with other individuals on LinkedIn, and it really just takes who you are to the next level so that when an employer is looking at your resume, they have this more personal approach to go with to really see totally who you are. But again, it's very different than your traditional Facebooks, Instagrams, etc., and that this is professional networking. So keep that in mind when you're updating your LinkedIn's or creating a LinkedIn for the first time. You really want to make sure this reflects on who you are as a professional to build your personal brand in the marketplace. And through that, what you're really going to be able to do is talk about, extracurricular activities you've been involved with, academic achievements, maybe volunteer opportunities, a lot of the things that will make you stand out from the other applicants who will be applying to the same jobs that you're looking at when you graduate from college. The other big benefit is it allows you to do networking. With a resume, you can only send it directly to a job posting or directly to an individual who will see only the resume. But through networking, you can reach out to many folks about various topics, looking at career paths, looking at industries to get involved with, maybe just networking with fellow classmates. Obviously, I'm a Calvert Hall graduate, hence the shirt. I network constantly with Calvert Hall graduates. I attended James Madison University, so I network there. It's really a good way to connect with people who have a similar background to you and a reason to connect. You don't want to turn LinkedIn into something spammy where you're just connecting with everyone. So there really should be an intention to who you are connecting with. So I really think the networking side is really important as you're building your LinkedIn profile. It's also important to look at various career paths. If you can find someone maybe who is a lawyer, but who attended the same high school as you, maybe there's a reason to reach out to that person to see if they'd be open to discussing what it's like to be in that profession, what the positives have been in their experience, what the challenges are of that experience. Because a lot of people, when there is a common bond amongst people and a shared experience, it could be just being a not scholar, people really want to help those who've gone through similar experiences, especially when you're part of such a unique program as the Not Scholars program. So the networking component, I think, is really important. And the sooner you can start building that network, the more likely you will see new opportunities and more people will have the ability to find you as they're looking for talent for their organizations. The other side is there are just career opportunities listed on LinkedIn. Many of you may have found an internship through LinkedIn. There's also job postings there. There's networking groups of functional skills. So whether it's a CPA, you're a doctor, you want to be an engineer, all of these areas have pages where people can comment, talk about their shared challenges, what they like about the industry. It's just really a cool place where people come together and talk about how to advance their profession. Another thing that I think is really important with LinkedIn is really just the ability to connect with people at a very direct personal level. And a lot of people are open to having those direct connections and building the network. The more people that you are connected to on LinkedIn, the more likely you are to be found by someone like myself who's helping other companies find talent, or the internal talent acquisition team within an organization. So I think that's a really important thing of why you want to grow your network. But again, not in a spammy way that you just want to add people for the sake of adding people. There should be a reason and intent for why you're reaching out. The other interesting thing you can do with LinkedIn is there are a lot of platforms for learning and growing your skill set. While there's a lot you can learn in a classroom, there's a lot of real life application that you can see on LinkedIn for whatever skill set it is you'd like to pursue. So I think a lot of the training, the development, you can take courses on Microsoft Excel or PowerPoint or certain different programs that'll be important. And then you can show that you've done those training programs. Again, it's all the little things that add up, because at the end of the day, most companies aren't just hiring a piece of paper. They want to hire the best and the brightest, but they also want someone who is engaging, someone who's hardworking, someone who's motivated. And LinkedIn is a great place to showcase all of these things beyond just your academic achievements. So I think there's a lot that's really important to be able to do with LinkedIn beyond just finding jobs. And I'm going to take you through just a couple things to highlight. Up at the top, these are going to be really important tabs for you to take a look at, where you can grow your network and find alumni associations, different groups, functional skill sets in terms of what someone does for a living. You can find different job postings. You can message people directly. Here's how you would reach out to someone who you might want to connect with. You can also follow business leaders and individuals who are very successful. There's a number of folks you could take a look at. James Caan, he's an entrepreneur. He has really great ideas about how to start businesses and be successful. Following these types of people just gives you great ideas on how to further your career. You can sign up for newsletters, follow schools, different groups. You can even follow companies to see what some of the best and brightest companies locally in Under Armour, you can see what they're doing and what's happening in their business. You should always try to get recommendations from friends, from people you go to school with, possibly even people you've had internships with, who can really help your profile stand out. You can also list the various skills that you have. People can endorse you for those skills. And then you put your education in. Baltimore, they call it Smaltimore for a reason. Put your high school in there. It certainly goes a long way in this town. And then you'll, over time, build out your career. Obviously, this part isn't going to be as relevant for you all, but as you build your career, other companies may start recognizing you as a standout performer, or someone who has a lot of followers, or someone who's very active on LinkedIn. They say, that's the kind of person we want on their company. And they may reach out to you to recruit you to their company. So there's a lot of value to be added. But I do think the most important thing is get onto LinkedIn, have a very strong profile, be engaged, make sure that you're liking, you're commenting, you're sharing, you're a part of groups, and you're expanding your network so that you can really put yourself in the best position to advance your career. So I wish you all the best of luck with everything. Hopefully everybody gets a strong profile updated. Feel free to connect with me if you like. You can follow our company page. We have a lot of career opportunities in the area where we might be able to help you. And hopefully we get to work together in the future. And if anyone ever needs anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can send me a message on LinkedIn, mention that you saw this video, and hopefully I'll be able to help you in some way, shape, or form, add value to your career. All the best.